Ever wondered if the Straw Hat Pirates were Marines in the One Piece world? Imagine Luffy and his crew as admirals, bringing their unique brand of chaos to the Marines' justice system. Picture Luffy shouting, "I'm going to be the Greatest Admiral!" as they begin their journey to protect the Grand Line. Who knows, maybe they'll even change the world government for better. Before we dive in, remember that becoming an admiral is no small feat. And there are going to be people who want to stop them at every step of the way. But there's no way Luffy and his crew won't make it to the top. Diving into this what-if scenario, we'll focus on the human Straw Hats, since members like Jinbei and Chopper probably wouldn't make it into the Marines. So, let's jump right in. Let's begin with the captain of the Straw Hats, Mugiwara, not Luffy, the protagonist of One Piece and arguably the most crucial character in the series. He's known for his unwavering determination and carefree attitude. Now, where would he fit into the Marines? He's the strongest member of the Straw Hats, so anything less than one of the three admirals would be doing him injustice. Fans know Luffy as the fearless, carefree, and joyful captain. His stomach and loyalty know no bounds, and there's no doubt that he's one of the best captains in the world of One Piece. But how would he perform as an admiral? Would he even enjoy being one? And how would he even get there? If his childhood was a bit different and Garp took Luffy under his wing and inspired him to become a Marine before he met Shanks, that would mean that Luffy wouldn't dream of becoming a pirate. Instead, he would join the Marines and eventually become an admiral. But how would he be as a powerful Marine? We know Luffy, and he would be against some of the Marines from the start. People like Axe-Hand Morgan and Akainu would still anger Luffy. After all, he wouldn't be Luffy if he didn't fight for the people. Luffy would still go out of his way to fight and stop the Marines that kill pirates mercilessly and oppress innocent people. This would undoubtedly earn him the wrath of the higher-ups in the world government, but his grandfather Garp would protect him from any danger, allowing Luffy to become a Marine who fights to protect the people from dangerous pirates or Marines. Under the tutelage of Garp, he would easily become one of the strongest admirals in the world, going island to island all across the Grand Line, making allies and defeating his enemies. There's no doubt that he'd eventually defeat one of the four emperors of the world. It's still Luffy after all, and coupled with the teachings of Garp, it wouldn't be long before he starts going toe-to-toe with the Yonkos, and with each victory, he'd make his legend grow, slowly rising and making him an admiral who is feared and admired across the seas. But it wouldn't be Luffy if he didn't cause a bit of chaos among the higher-ups. There's no way he wouldn't help someone suffering. Even as an admiral, one of the most prestigious ranks in the world government, he will always do the right thing. If you love these what-if scenarios in the world of One Piece, don't forget to smash that subscribe button just like Luffy did to Charlos. While the Straw Hats don't have a hierarchy like other pirates, we all know that Zoro and Sanji are the acting captains whenever Luffy isn't around. Let's look at where they would be if they joined the world government. Luffy will still find Zoro and Sanji as he did in the original story. Luffy saves Zoro from being wrongfully accused by Axe-Hand Morgan and gains a major ally. Zoro would be the same loyal friend he is to Luffy now, and they will grow to new heights together. Zoro would also join Garp and train under him. But would he find his way to Mihawk? We know that Zoro only goes to fight Mihawk to prove his worth as a swordsman, causing Mihawk to take a liking to him. But if Zoro joined the Marines with Luffy, would he even run into Mihawk? We feel like on his adventures as a Marine, he'd run into the infamous Marine Hunter and fight him head-on to prove himself. He would still lose, but would not return to Mihawk to train. Instead, he'd train under Garp and maybe even under Fujitora, a man with an indomitable will and a master swordsman. Under his training, Zoro would quickly become one of the most powerful swordsmen in the world, and with his brother-in-arms, Luffy, he'd be one of the most powerful admirals. And when he grows strong enough, he'd meet Mihawk again to finally defeat him and claim the title of the best swordsman in the world. Working as a Marine, he also begins to despise pirates. He'd still follow Luffy anywhere and join him in causing chaos among the higher-ups. Let's talk about Sanji now. Luffy initially meets him on Ship Baratie and recruits him as his crew's cook. Even in this scenario, we want to think that Luffy would run into Sanji and have him join his crew, since Marines don't traditionally have crews. Sanji would join Luffy and the Marines to seek out the All Blue. But there's a certain higher-up he might have a problem with. Ryokugyu, the admiral who came after Aokiji stepped down from his role, seems to be the opposite of Sanji. Sanji produces blue flames that burn hotter than any other, while Ryokugyu possesses the Mori Mori no Mi, a devil fruit that allows him to become a forest man. Don't they seem like powers that would conflict with each other? It could be possible that Sanji has a disagreement with Ryokugyu, or even a fight that results in Sanji taking the admiral's place, thus cementing his role as one of the admirals. And with the backing of Garp, Luffy, and even Zoro, it isn't a surprise that Sanji would quickly end up as one of the three admirals. Imagine Sanji as an admiral. He'd be out there with Luffy and Zoro using his power for good, like searching for the All Blue and fighting off hunger. Sanji's all about heart and amazing food, and he wouldn't care if someone was a Marine or a pirate. He'd be the kind of admiral who'd cook for anyone and feed anybody hungry. The three brothers in arms would be at the top of the Marines and would work to change the system for the better from the inside. They might even return to being pirates to join SWORD, just to keep tabs on them. We know that all three of them couldn't bear to see innocent people oppressed, and they can't allow other Marine bullies to do whatever they want. So we want to think, at least in the beginning. The three of them get into trouble with the higher-ups because of this. They would go around fighting everyone who oppressed people or used their position to mess with innocent people. Low-ranking Marines who go against their elders wouldn't be allowed to stay in the organization. It would make them notorious as the Marines who don't let people abuse their power. But once they reach the Admiral rank, it becomes easier to rebel against wrongdoers. From a position of power like Admiral, they'd be able to help their allies fulfill their dreams and help many people. They'd go around and change people's view of the Marines, truly resulting in the system being changed. And wouldn't that be great for the Marines? People would finally view them as an organization that helps them instead of ruining their lives. And that's not the whole crew. We still have 5 members left to discuss. Let's see where they would be in the Marine hierarchy. If you love where this is headed, remember to smash that like button and obliterate the subscribe button like Luffy will do to the Yonkos when he becomes an Admiral. Now on to the next member. Devil Child and Light of the Revolution's Nico Robin is one of the most intriguing members of the Straw Hats crew. Being one of the only people in the world who can read and translate poneglyphs, she is undoubtedly a rare catch. Her unique skills would make her a valuable member of the Marines. As a brilliant and resourceful archaeologist, she could significantly contribute to the Marines' understanding of the world and its history. Her personal experiences would also contribute to changing perspectives in the Marine hierarchy. With the addition of Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji as the 3 main admirals, she can complete her research and help people in any way she can. Her sense of justice would also fit well as a vice admiral in the Marines. Of course, there would be conflicts with the higher-ups, but with her trusted companions supporting her from the top, nothing can stop her from unraveling the mysteries of the Void Century and altering the course of history. Next up is Cat Burglar Nami, the exceptional navigator and one of the first people to join the Straw Hats crew besides Zoro. She has proven to be a great navigator and strategist, especially in planning and executing naval operations. This would make her an excellent addition to the Marines. As a vice admiral, she could roam the seas and fulfill her dream of drawing a map of the world. With her navigational experience and understanding of the sea, she could easily climb the Marines' ranks and earn the respect of her subordinates with ease. Let's move on to the next pirate without whom the Straw Hats wouldn't have a functioning ship. That's right, we'll be talking about Iron Man Frankie now. The shipwright of the Straw Hats deserves to be somewhere high up on the Marines' hierarchy. His ability to design and create advanced weapons would make him an invaluable part of the Marines. Because of that, he would do perfectly in a position such as Rear or Vice Admiral. A position with enough authority that he would have the resources to research and create new weapons sounds perfect for our beloved pirate. Being a Vice Admiral would allow him enough authority to be in a position to work together with Vegapunk on creating new weapons and upgrades for the Marines. While his appearance may raise eyes at the start when he joins the Marines, there's no doubt that he would fit right into revolutionizing their technology. Let's look into the last 2 members we'll discuss today, the Straw Hats' beloved musician and their master sniper, Brook and Usopp. Brook is one of the most intriguing members of the Straw Hats. Having died once sounds like a painful experience, but it makes him all the more interesting. His past as a pirate may cause some problems if he joins the Navy. The possibility of having someone in the Marines who possesses the Yomi Yomi no Mi is an enticing opportunity that no one can miss. He would quickly find his way to a high position like the Rear Admiral or Vice Admiral. Being unable to die is an ability that the Marines would love to have on their side. He could function as a member of the Sword. Having a spy that can't die? Sounds like a lottery to us. Brook could easily infiltrate places with high security and come back unharmed. This would make him an invaluable asset, but that's not all. Brook's ability to manipulate his soul and be in complete control of it would make him a great counter for people like Big Mom who have soul manipulating powers, allowing the Marines to keep their enemies in check. Usopp, on the other hand, is a master sniper in a world run by powerhouses who can control the elements. Usopp is truly just built differently. A sniper in an army full of people with no finesse or nuance sounds like a beautiful upgrade. What if he grew up resenting his father for being a pirate and wanting to become a Marine so he could rebel against him? On one of Luffy's adventures, he runs into Usopp, and possessing a burning desire to join the Marines due to despising his father, Usopp begs Luffy to let him join the crew. Or maybe he can see Luffy fighting dangerous pirates one day and become inspired by him, eventually making his way to join the Marines so that he could meet Luffy. Maybe he would join Frankie as Vice Admiral and help create long-range weapons for the Marines, allowing them to be more efficient when performing naval operations. With the Straw Hats as high-ranking Marines, they could change the system with their justice and compassion, and even inspire some of the Marines. Because there's no way they'd turn a blind eye to the evils of the world government. As powerful Marines trained by Garp and defeating foes like Yonkos, they'd bring peace and change the world. Thanks for being a part of this journey. Before you go, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a whole treasure trove of what-if scenarios waiting for you. Take advantage of the adventure and become part of our crew today.